Welcome, everyone, to the debut of the Ingraham Angle. Is there any sense that Bob Mueller, who was heading the FBI at a time when this was being approved, the uranium one, and that he should recuse himself from any such investigation of this?
I think
issue?
Mr. Mueller right now is pretty busy doing what he's doing. The American people have an absolute right to know these things. This administration certainly, you saw Mr. Trump do this the other day when he demanded that the JFK documents be released.
Politics is supposed to be a career devoted to public service, protecting our life, our liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But for too long, it was dominated by special interests, big business, and of course, the media elite. Now, let's move on to the Frederica Wilson issue when she overheard the conversation.
Oh, the Congresswoman.
Yeah, the Congresswoman. She overheard the conversation of the Gold Star widow. At the time, you said you were so upset, you went to Arlington National Cemetery.
To hear him talk to four next of kin that day, and essentially the message was the same. And he did the best he could to make it personal. And then to see what came of that just was stunning to me.
Most of us, I think, want three things: prosperity, safety, liberty. And that includes preserving our history.
History's history. There's certain things in history that were not so good and other things that were very, very good.
What they're really resisting is losing power. The people took their power back on Election Day. And the establishment is mad as hell. Overwhelming force is not necessarily saying a nuclear response.
That's exactly right. What we really hope, what I should say, what the president really hopes, is that the leadership, such as it is in North Korea, come to their senses.
We owe future generations the opportunity to understand the glories, and yes, the sins, of the people who made these United States of America.
Think about the refugee issue. It's theoretically a temporary problem. Best thing to do is to house them as close to their countries as possible.
So what is extreme vetting?
Extreme vetting is we simply interview people and have to satisfy ourselves that the person we're talking to is indeed the person who they claim.
Pretty tough to do in some cases. There are no records.
And frankly, impossible to do in some cases.
So this show is going to be about all of this. And certainly the political, the legal, and the cultural battles of the day. But something more. How all of that affects your life and that of your families. I'm going to call it as I see it, as I've done for the past 20 years, and I'm going to get answers for you, and I'm going to hold the powerful accountable, and that includes you, Mr. President.